Talk Radio WBMC News is next.
It's time for some more great weekly specials from our friends at Warehouse Discount Groceries. Now listen to these. Fresh green cabbage, 49 cents a pound. 105 to 117 ounce Tide Simply Liquid Detergent, just 99 cents. Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and Starry 6-packs are 3 for $10. 12 to 16 pack Bluebell ice cream sandwiches, just $4.99. Don't forget to check out the Charter Reserve meats in the deli. That's all at Warehouse Discount Groceries, 835 Smithville Highway, on the Strip.
In the Main Street Journal News, the Lady Pioneer soccer team bounced back from a rough season opener with an impressive 5-3 win over Riverdale at home Thursday night. After falling 7-0 at Ray County 2 nights earlier, the Lady Pioneers looked revitalized, dominating the first 70 minutes and building a 5-1 lead before Riverdale's late push closed the gap. Chloe Wanamaker and Noelle Bratcher each scored twice, while relentless pressure forced an own goal from the Warriors. Bratcher also assisted on both of Wanamaker's goals and added another on a pass from Ali Escamilla. Midfielders Addison Steakley, Jayla Garibaldi, Jaden Davis, and senior Cora Bruce controlled possession, while Macy McBride and Izzy Rodriguez excelled on the wings. Defensively, Escamilla, Addison Watson, Summer Wanamaker, and Micah Garibaldi anchored the back line, with Lily Moore delivering her strongest performance in goal. Warren County, which is now 1-1, continues non-district play August 28th at Cumberland County. More local news and sports are just a click away at mainstreetjournal.llc. Until next time, I'm Rob Nunley.
Hello, Rhonda Walker here with Citizens Tri-County Bank. If you have mortgage needs and are looking for someone who will work hard for you, please stop by and see me. We offer conventional as well as all types of government loans, VA, FHA, and rural development. And if your work hours make it hard to visit us in person, we have a mobile app we can share with you so you can apply anytime, even nights or on the weekend. Just give us a call and we'll promptly make our mobile app available to you. We are a community bank that cares about personal relationships, and we want to get to know you, whether we do it in person or online. Member FDIC, an equal opportunity lender.
I'm Jamie Summers with your Main Street weather forecast. Hope you're having a great start to your work week. We're going to see a high of 77 today, so it's going to be a really, really nice day. Partly cloudy skies and a low of 58 tonight. Tomorrow, a high of 75 under cloudy skies. So far, no rain in the forecast for Tuesday, but you never know how that goes, so we'll keep you updated.
What can I possibly do to make this stressful time a little better? Here's one thing I found. It's a small thing, a simple thing, a remarkable thing. Smile. You can share a smile from more than 6 feet apart. You can share it socially with the whole world. In fact, right now, I'm smiling at you. And I hope you're smiling back, because smiling is in you. From PassItOn.com.
It's time for Simmons Says, the show that brings Warren County the latest news and stories from around the community. Hosted by Jeff Simmons, this program dives into everything from local events to major headlines. Stay tuned and stay informed.
Hello, welcome to the Simmons Says show here on WBMC 97.7 FM. Also on AM 960 on the WBMC app. Also on Facebook at the Radio WBMC 97.7 FM page, and on YouTube at Main Street Media McMinnville. Actually, a little wiggle there. Now I can actually hear my left ear. No, maybe not. Yeah.
Did you get the bad headphones again?
No, I think what it is just that same set of headphones that if I where I've rolled them up, that I need to stop because I think it's messing up that.
You think you got a short?
Yeah, I think it's so. And I don't think there's anything at that point. There's nothing to do about it other than get on here and listen to it early and make sure that I can hear it. So that's what I did today.
Oh, actually, just in HR is going to make you go to a cable management course.
Yeah,
it's 6 hours.
It's a 6 hour
online
between today and between last Friday. I can understand. Makes sense.
It's the entire time. It's just me telling you, stop rolling the darn cable.
Just 6 hours of that. I could deal with that. I've dealt with worse when it comes to meetings.
Stop treating it like an Atari.
Folks, if you're on the Facebook page, make sure you hit the like button and hit the share button. Let everybody know you're starting your morning out with the Simmons Says show. Man, it was a long weekend.
It was a long weekend.
It was a long weekend, and it started with a long Friday night, and that should just might as well get us right into the Simmons Six, because I think if you're going to start with anything about the about this weekend and what happened over the weekend, you just start with the football game.
Heard something about delays, right?
Well, I should mention too that we're gonna be on for 2 hours this morning.
Oh, and we are going to be live on radio.
Are we gonna be on radio for the second hour?
Yeah, I just got that in.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was gonna be something that. So I went.
I already kind of had it. I was waiting for it.
I had it in my head. Well, when I started laying out the Eric Ballou show, I was like, I'm gonna segment this into 4 segments, because I know when we get in there, they're gonna be like, "Can you get that on radio?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, sure." Yeah, I was we both knew. We're well aware. We're smart guys. We understand what's going on. So
very smart.
Yeah, so we'll figure that out. But hey, we're gonna have Eric Ballou on for the second hour. It's going to be its own hour. It's the Eric Ballou show. It's not the Simmons Says show. It is the Eric Ballou show. So we might have to have a disclaimer for Eric Ballou in the second hour. The thoughts and the opinions expressed in the second hour are those of Eric Ballou and not of WBMC.
I can write one real quick.
We'll make him read it when he gets on. But no, when we start with the Simmons Six, I think the very first thing that you got to go with is the first football game. Excitement abounded. There was a lot of people there. In fact, Connor, first, man, you did a great job. You dealt with some prima donna stuff on Friday night. In fact, this is the first time ever that I think I finally got you so stirred up that you were like, hey, you literally went, stop.
It was, everything was like, you know what? Connor doesn't need a smooth working. He doesn't want everything to work. He needs to be stressed out.
Yeah.
Drinking sweet coffee.
How was that? How was your drink?
It wasn't bad.
Mine was good too.
They sponsor?
They sponsored that, but
it was really good.
Simmons Says so.
It was real good.
No, it really was. I enjoyed it, but no, The thing about it was what that I was trying to figure out was, did it sound good to y'all? Because I could not hear. For the most of the night, I could not hear anything. Headphones. Yeah. I could barely hear it, or if you tried to turn it up, it sounded like it would break in every other word. And I was like, this is. So I did the entire show when I was like, that's fine as long as they can hear. I don't really care.
When I got it onto Facebook, that's how I was able to listen to it.
Yeah.
And we were having a little bit of technical difficulties making sure it got to radio, but it went off. Everything worked. Eventually. Did we actually?
That was the one. Okay, Drew Walker said it sounded great on Facebook. Thank you. Yeah. It was a great experience. That was the one thing I did think. I think I got a text message early from like Jeff Lee that says, "Hey, y'all are on Star," and I was like, well, "We're on something because I'm talking right now." And I was like, "I hope I am because I'm over here rambling about stuff with the coach." I was like, "Coach Blue's right here with us." So.
And we had Anthony over here trying to help, and Micah was trying to help, or both of them were helping.
Yep.
And I was just trying to make it to where, like, obviously I wasn't getting frustrated at y'all.
Yeah.
Like, luckily I didn't have a mic because it would have been real bad. Would have been just 10,000.
That's the one thing that I missed. Was we had no way to communicate except for just yell across to one another.
Yeah.
I was like, I just need to be able to hit like a button where I go, hey, Connor, can you hear me? I'm not, this isn't sounding, I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm over there going, Connor, I can't hear.
Yeah. And then
I can't hear, man. What's going on? And
by the time it started, I almost yelled, just shut up. Shush.
Well, Jessica Raper did. Now, I actually think she's right. She said the mics were hot, and it made it more fun, but very clear video and sound on that. Yeah, I think the video was a tremendous success.
Yeah, the video worked really well.
Now, we got kind of clowned on a little bit for the angle, but we're going to figure some stuff out on that one. We had to do the higher angle so we I was the one that said, nobody will walk through here very much.
It got busy.
It got very busy at one point where there were just people flowing through there the whole time. But it did make me feel really good that at one point, like a DeKalb County cheerleader walked through and like looked over, and they were like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, what I think would be funny is to go install handrails like on either side of the dock.
Yeah.
So that way you have to walk down
to
the bottom and back up.
That would be amazing.
Free games going on. They're gonna walk around.
I said it's like I said it was like a hockey game. If you've ever been to a hockey game live, they don't let you walk around. Like,
are they not?
If the puck's in play and you try to get out of your seat, the usher's like, oh, no. Or if you're in the concourse and try to get back to your seat, puck in play, they stop you until the puck's put out of play or there's a whistle, and then they let you go and sit down.
So you're saying if I go to a hockey game, I need to bring an empty 32-ounce container?
If you gotta go, yeah, because legitimately because the puck will fly into the stands, so they don't want you or a land whale like me walking in front of somebody, and all of a sudden I take another step and a puck flies by and just drills somebody in the face. It's like, you gotta know where.
Hey,
you gotta know your surroundings at all times.
They don't. I'm trying to contact Morgan & Morgan. You better let me get up. I need a good lawsuit. Pred's got money.
Drew Walker said one of the best things was watching the reaction to Dad getting stung was a great moment.
What the hell, Jeff? You're letting your guest get stung?
Hey, don't even. I mentioned it
Jeff.
early.
We asked Jeff to crawl under there and spray all the wasp nests, and Jeff said that's not my job.
Yo, 1,000%. You're exactly right. In that aspect, I would have definitely pulled the prima donna.
And we said,
I'm not doing that.
Actually, your contract says.
But I had said something earlier. I was like, boys, who's going to be the first one to get stung up here? Because I feel like there's some. I still think Jay got. I just think it was a splinter.
Think it was a splinter?
I think it was a splinter.
So you're saying
because I saw what stung him, and I'm like, dude, there's no way that you get stung by that, and you just go, oh.
It is Jay Walker.
I don't know. Maybe Jay's just Jay. That is true.
TWRA is still investigating the wasp death, so better keep quiet, Jeff.
I didn't kill it.
Trying to get Coach in trouble.
I didn't kill it. What are you talking about?
WCSA numbers are going to be down when he spends 3 days in jail for killing that wasp.
Oh no, they wouldn't be. Those WCA numbers would go through the roof the day he got out.
The day he got out, but. Got to make sure he doesn't get arrested before Wednesday.
Yeah, Jay's reaction was just an all-time. No, I think I just got stung. I was like, what?
Yeah, I didn't know what happened. I just saw
I saw him
Chris getting up and swatting his hat, and I was like,
yeah. I saw Jay just kind of have the little quick little knee-jerk reaction, pulled his arm away and kind of looked down, and then I think Trev was the first one to be like, "Oh, did you get stung, man?" He's like, "Yeah, I think I did." And then it started crawling back, so I just Sullen stood up, and I just handed him my hat. He couldn't do it with his own hat.
Yeah. I mean, that's,
mine.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Your hat's bigger than his.
Yeah, that is true, though. Drew said he's tough. He never makes any major movements when he gets stung. I fly around like I've been shot. Yeah. If that would have been me, I probably would have just walked off stage. Just, I'm done. I told you, I can't work in this environment.
That'll be Shane Gillis's next bit. Funniest president to get stung.
Oh man, but no, the pregame show was great, and let's take a quick break and we'll get back to all the other Simmons 6 things that we got to talk about, including just all. We won't have to talk very much about the game because we're gonna have Blue in here to talk about the game for an hour, but we'll be back on the Simmons Says show.
Why don't you head over to Chicken Chef and enjoy a fresh, made-to-order meal, or choose from the all-time favorite like the Chicken Nugget Dinner. Stop in for breakfast, order right off the menu with sausage, gravy, fresh homemade biscuits, or try their delicious tenderloin, egg, and cheese biscuit, just to name a few. Whatever your taste buds call for, you're sure to find it at Chicken Chef. They've been serving Warren and surrounding counties for over 40 years. Stop in today, Chicken Chef on the Strip in McMinnville. You can call your order in to go at 473-5020.
Hey, it's Kevel at the cafe at Tree City. Have you tried our new handcrafted tea, like the London Fog Latte? You can now also choose from a variety of chais, Keep it simple with the original or go bold with adding turmeric. Are you watching your sugar? Our Zero Sugar Chai has all of the flavor, none of the guilt. Come explore something new. The Cafe at Tree City. Freshly brewed, boldly crafted just for you.
Looking for a loan? At Coffee Bank and Trust, we can make it happen. From business goals to personal dreams, we specialize in finding a way to get you approved fast. Come home to Coffee Bank and Trust, a division of Coffee County Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 646005.
Make the places you care about more comfortable and energy efficient with TVA Energy Right. It all starts at EnergyRight.com, where you can find everything you need to lower your energy usage for your home or your business. Contact Caney Fork Electric Energy Advisors Dale or Chris at 931-473-3116 or go to EnergyRight.com to start living and working more energy efficiently. Caney Fork Electric along with EnergyRight.com for all your energy needs. Brought to you by Caney Fork Electric Cooperative and TVA.
Planning a move? McMinnville Moving and Storage has been trusted for over 60 years. Licensed, insured, and offering free quotes. Visit us at McMinnvilleMoving.com today. McMinnville Moving and Storage. Moving your past to your future.
On the Caney Fork Community Calendar, there will be a Ribs for Recovery smoke-off at Recovery Fest at the Van Buren Farmers Market Saturday, September 20th. This is free to attend, fun for all ages. So get ready. Tasting tickets will be available for a small charge. Try delicious samples from all competitors. And all proceeds help support the Van Buren Prevention Coalition and its mission to promote healthy choices. They're also raising awareness and celebrating lives and recovery from the drug and tobacco prevention, community recovery efforts, positive, healthy lifestyle choices, connection, fun, and education. So follow them on the Van Buren County Prevention Coalition on Facebook and Instagram. This has been the Caney Fork Community Calendar.
Everybody's talking at me.
I don't hear what I'm saying. Welcome back to the Simmons Says Show.
Keep going.
7.7. I don't something on my mind. I think just echoes in my mind.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to the Simmons Says Show. 97.7 FM. I got to stop singing. I think it's not helping our ratings at all.
No, it's making them go up. They said if he's willing to do it and he sounds terrible, I should at least try to get on stage.
I really do. I really think that everybody should just sing. It doesn't matter, man. Don't worry about how you sound.
You don't always need to go cut a record.
Yeah,
but
just as long as you think you sound good, that's all that matters.
And you know where the best place to try to go sing is?
Where's that?
Mudbumps for their karaoke thing.
That would be yes, absolutely.
They sponsor the show.
Sponsor a show.
Oh, that works. I'll still give them some shout out.
Well, they're doing karaoke, yeah. Or if you know somewhere else that they're doing karaoke in town, put it in the comment section.
You know who should also do karaoke?
Who's that?
Douglas and Lanier.
Douglas and Lanier. Hey, they're your hometown insurance experts specializing in commercial coverage for agriculture, contractors, and workers' comp. They protect businesses big and small. Trust a team that knows hard work. Smart coverage, straight talk. That is Douglas and Lanier.
Douglas and Lanier.
Get that life insurance policy.
Yeah, 474-0044, 811 Faulkner Springs Road. I think everybody should have some karaoke in their life every now and then. Even though I don't think I've sang karaoke in years. This is weird. I'm on the video right now. I'm on live radio every single day. But if you were like, hey, tonight we want you to go out and speak in front of people, I'll be like, nah, I don't want to do that. It sounds terrible. Because and people be like, you do it every single day. I'm like, no. I speak in front of one person every single day. It's like I speak in front of
judgmental enough.
It's like when I'm in here, all I have to do to talk to is either Connor or my guest. That's it. It's like you try to put me like in front of a crowd of 200 people or something like that. I think I'd freeze up.
Even like when I was doing like open mic stuff, just like 30 people that are there is like a little petrifying.
I think Brett's in on the open mic thing too.
You think he would be?
I think he thought enough about it to actually text me about it.
It could either go really well or really bad.
I think it would be. Well, my bums after hours be all right.
Which it looks like they had a decent crowd Friday whenever I drove through.
Oh yeah, they always have a pretty good crowd. Adam Knowlton says, but you can't see us staring at you. That was Adam and my cousin Ellen are watching up in I believe that's Shaker Heights, Ohio.
No,
up there. As long as I'm still up on the up on the family history and where everybody is right now. I'm always in McMinnville. This kind of goes back to the same thing that I talked about with all my friends that I graduated with who have multiple kids, and they're like, I can't believe you don't know all my kids' names. And I'm like, hey, I know one of them, and one of them is more than the amount of kids that you have to know from me. So I mean, let's be fair here. But yeah, no, I think that it's kind of the same thing with my family. They're like, yeah, you know where I'm at anymore? I'm like, maybe. I know one of the last 2 or 3 places. If they've moved around, I'm like, I know one of the last 3 places you've been. You know, this is what it is. All right, let's get back to the Simmons 6. We've done this one 1,000 times already on the Simmons 6, but I will bring it up every single time it happens. Hey, Columbus, Maryville's Ohio. Okay, so they've moved a little bit, but they're still in Ohio. I should have I would have been safe just committing to Ohio on that. So we got Drew Walker in Florida, Jessica Raper in Florida, and cousin Ellen in Ohio watching the show, commenting on our program. The only person that we haven't gotten a comment from this morning is our friend in Cookeville.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Angela.
Yeah,
I think Rob said something about her like having stuff to do today.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Not work.
I was gonna say I hadn't got a good morning from Cookeville. I was like, hey, I was ready to give my good morning from McMinnville thing. We've had that exchange like every single day. It's her good morning from Cookeville and Randy calling are about the most consistent things that happen on this chaotic show. It's about the only things I can play around.
Drew Walker at least commenting.
Or Drew Walker commenting. Yeah, that's probably that's pretty consistent.
What is your job, Drew? Can I have it? I don't even have time to get on Facebook here.
Easy now. You want to start talking about jobs and Drew. Drew, do you want a job? Connors is available.
Yeah.
They've only tried to give it to him like 4 or 5 different times. All right, back to the Simmons.
I do well in Florida.
Y'all could just trade places. I don't know if you want to. I don't know if you. I heard something about him having 5 kids. I don't think you want to take over the 5-kid household though.
That sounds terrible.
He said he just watches us all day. Hey, well, we're going to give you an extra hour today, Drew. You're welcome.
Hey, it's Coach Ballou.
You're with Coach Ballou. Hey, I was going to say, going back to the Simmons 6, donations. We've talked about it a lot, how this community rallies together, but I got to see it firsthand again over the weekend because the Pioneer pregame show has helped raise over $5,000, which half of that's going to go to the football team for food. The other half's going to go to the general athletic fund at the high school. And then I was at had to wake up at 5 a.m. on Saturday to go run a golf tournament that helped raise money for Boyd athletics. So over the weekend, I say this with no ego because I did nothing about this. I think I was a part of 2 different things that probably raised about $10,000 for local athletics. Now, I didn't give any of that money. It's the people that did it that make it special. But within a 24-hour stretch, those things are going to start trying to help bring in that kind of money for athletics and locally. And I think it's incredible, and I cannot say thank you enough to the people, the businesses and people who donated to the Pioneer pregame show, and also the people that came out and played golf on Saturday over at Willowbrook. And it's just awesome, man. It's awesome.
You and Raven.
What about us?
Like, what you do for athletics is the same as what she does for one singular street here. It's wild. 2 peas in a pod.
I'm telling you, man. It's just whatever we can do.
Just helping out.
Yeah.
501c3s, man.
This would be one fairest of the fair. I saw the lineup was like officially revealed. Like they put out a picture of all the people of there. We're here, man.
They sent my application back with the word no.
They just bounced it.
Yeah, they said no.
Same on me on that. I saw the lineup. I think I've talked to a couple of my key pageant people. I think we're going to maybe be able to bring one of them on next week to kind of really break down the fairest of the fair and who's going to win. But we have a rooting interest for sure at WBMC. Have to.
Yeah.
Our
very own Caden.
Our very own Caden is going to be in there. I saw her in there, so I'm like, hey, that's my pick. And if you're asking me who's going to win, Caden.
See, I tried to get inside info from her because I set up the shadow betting system for the Ferris to Fair. Cause
That doesn't happen. That's never happened ever.
No, never.
Never even heard of it.
Never heard of her.
Bring it up.
But she wouldn't give me any inside info. I wanted to win all the money.
I saw. I did see Leela Beatty was in the picture. We've had Leela on the show a couple times.
Oh yeah,
she's like a state champ. So, if you were making betting odds on it, which I don't know why you ever would.
No, that's crazy.
I'd probably have her. I'd probably have her high on the list. When you have that kind of pageant experience, I'd say you're probably a front runner, no more or less. Do we want to just rip? Yeah, let's rip through. Let's rip through these last three Simmons Sixes because we got to get to the other part of the show at some point. Game week for college football. I know there were some games this past weekend, but for the most part, the fans are going to get to see their teams for the first time this week, including Tennessee playing Syracuse on Saturday. It kind of blew my mind when my dad and Brett were here on Friday and said that. They're like, hey, next weekend. I was like, man, I'm not ready for this yet. I'm not ready for it at all, but I hope everybody else is. Speaking of this week, is this our last 5-day week for a couple of weeks? We got Labor Day next Monday.
Yep.
And do we get Fair Day off?
No, I don't think so.
Wait, we don't. Wait, what? No, we get Fair Day off, right?
That's a big old Scotty Mack question.
Oh, Scotty Mack! I'm going to ask. I might get that whole week off because if they take you over to Town Talk and do Town Talk. Oh, you know what? Hey, we have a built-in. I got a built-in way. I have already a built-in way to keep you in studio at least for one of those days.
On Monday.
You're gonna have to be here on Monday because you have to do the Blue Show from here.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Hey, Raven,
and if they can do it Monday without you, they can do the whole week without you.
And listen, Raven, I could train you in 20 minutes.
There you go.
But if you dye your hair blonde again, it may take 40.
We're gonna have to find out about those. I'm gonna have to find out about that 5-day week the next week. But we definitely have next Monday off, Labor Day.
I'd love another long weekend.
Yeah, we can do that. Oh yeah, Jessica Raper makes a point. You're HR. That's your call, man.
We actually get fair week.
Fair week. Yes. Awesome. All right, and last thing, hey, congratulations to Gary Rankin. 500 wins on one of only 4 high school coaches in the history of high school football to win 500 games in the United States, and he did it over the weekend over down at Boyd Buchanan. Gary Rankin, that's a name that that if you've been around Warren County football for a while, you're going to know it. We can probably talk a little bit more about that on the Sports Authority on Wednesday night. Again, we want to thank Douglas and Lanier, their sponsor of the Simmons Says Show, 811 Faulkner Springs Road, 474-0044. Trust a team that knows hard work, smart coverage, straight talk. That is Douglas and Lanier. We will be back on the Simmons Says Show after the break. Ooh, got on it quick.
I hear people talking bad about the way they have to live.
Talk Radio WBMC News is next.
I'm Tim Hitchcock, inviting you to join me every Tuesday at 5 for Hey Hey Hitchcock, proudly presented by Farm Credit Mid-America. We're talking everything green, from backyard gardening tips to big ag insights, plus special guests from right here in the nursery capital of the world. Tune in on 97.7 WBMC every Tuesday at 5 or catch us streaming live on Facebook. Also available on YouTube.
In the Main Street Journal News, the Lady Pioneer soccer team bounced back from a rough season opener with an impressive 5-3 win over Riverdale at home Thursday night. After falling 7-0 at Ray County 2 nights earlier, the Lady Pioneers looked revitalized, dominating the first 70 minutes and building a 5-1 lead before Riverdale's late push closed the gap. Chloe Wanamaker and Noelle Bratcher each scored twice, while relentless pressure forced an own goal from the Warriors. Bratcher also assisted on both of Wanamaker's goals and added another on a pass from Ali Escamilla. Midfielders Addison Steakley, Jayla Garibaldi, Jaden Davis, and senior Cora Bruce controlled possession, while Macy McBride and Izzy Rodriguez excelled on the wings. Defensively, Escamilla, Addison Watson, Summer Wanamaker, and Micah Garibaldi anchored the back line, with Lily Moore delivering her strongest performance in goal. Warren County, which is now 1-1, continues non-district play August 28th at Cumberland County. More local news and sports are just a click away at mainstreetjournal.llc. Until next time, I'm Rob Nunley.
Hi, folks. This is David Mason Simpson with DM Simpson, Realtors and Auctioneers. If you're looking for a realtor to list your home, farm, land, or commercial property, we're ready to go to work for you. We'll evaluate your property and then promote it locally, regionally, and nationally. If you've been looking for the service you deserve in the real estate business, call the friendly folks selling Middle Tennessee and beyond at 473-LAND. DM Simpson, Realtors and Auctioneers, serving you since 2007.
I'm Jamie Summers with your Main Street weather forecast. Hope you're having a great start to your work week. We're going to see a high of 77 today. So it's going to be a really, really nice day. Partly cloudy skies and a low of 58 tonight. Tomorrow, a high of 75 under cloudy skies. So far, no rain in the forecast for Tuesday, but you never know how that goes. So we'll keep you updated.
Hello, welcome back to the Simmons Says show here on 97.7 FM. Did you take away any music that has words in it so I can't sing now? Nice. That's smart.
Also, I just want this to be Miami Vice. I'm going to be wearing like the nice popped open shirt, the shades, have the Beretta M92.
You with a 3-button down V-neck, yeah. You are straight Miami Vice.
Hell, yeah.
All right, hey, this is Simmons Says show on 97.7 FM. Want to thank our sponsor, Reddit Brown Ford. If you're in the market for a vehicle, take that short drive on 55 to Morrison to visit Reddit Brown, which has the largest selection and best prices of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. The customer always comes first with Reddit Brown Ford, and the general manager, Chris, out there does a great job, man. You can also visit them online at redditbrownford.com. That is 5917 Manchester Highway. Vroom, vroom.
Power stroke power.
Thank you for that. Appreciate that. All right, so we finally made it through the Simmons 6, and I'm on Diet Coke number 2. I don't know if anybody noticed that during the break, that it was just straight one, finish, down, to the trash can, grabbed the next one, popped it open. So we're, yeah.
Efficiency of motion.
Yeah. You think I mean, at this point, if we do 2 hours on Monday, I think I might start rolling through a 6-pack between a 6-pack of Diet Coke.
I also rolled through a 6-pack on Monday.
I knew it right when I said it. I was like, yep. Hey, and when that leads us right into our very special Monday segment that we've started doing, but I don't think we officially said we're going to continue to do it, but that is catching up with Connor, man. How'd the weekend go? I know you have. You don't get a good chance in the first 2 hours of your Monday morning to really air out all what you did over the weekend.
You know, Friday did pregame.
That was
and
climb the ladder a lot.
Yeah, climbing ladders.
Was that out of pure laziness in some aspects?
100%.
This is the thing. This is where you and I differ. There, I'm like, I mean, you know how lazy I am.
Yeah.
I still would have walked around because I would not have trusted that ladder at all. Were you there when Graves took one right off the dome?
Yeah, when we watched him get a concussion.
Honestly, the most calm and chill I've ever seen Graves in a situation like that. I thought he would have lost his mind in that situation. I think it hurt him.
Oh yeah, it definitely hurt. He said that he had a headache.
Oh yeah.
I talked to him on Saturday when I came back for church stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I will say it's funny. You actually checked to see if he was okay before you started laughing. And then I just started laughing. I'm sorry, Chad. People getting injured. Like, that's what my Instagram is.
There was a part of me that the first thing I was like, why were you underneath the ladder?
You never
That's
get
where
underneath the ladder.
That's where you get hit by the ladder. He got rocked.
He got domed.
Yeah.
Like hard.
So there was a ladder that we put up to be able to get over to the bucket truck, so we could get to the camera and all the equipment and everything there. Or you could have walked around and went back over there, which was what I did, because I would not have trusted me on that line. I would have failed.
Which I was waiting for you to get on there, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed.
Straight prima donna, man. I had said it all week. I'm showing up, I'm talking, and then I'm leaving on there. I was like, any setup, anything like that.
I knew it was going to be bad when you brought the bolt cutters and just cut a Jeff-sized hole straight through the fence. You're going to have to repair that.
I think we could talk about, right where that tree is, where no one would even notice it anyways. Do you think we could talk to Lippy and King and be like, look, man, we're just going to have to put a Jeff-sized hole in there so I can walk in and out right there. We won't tell anybody. It'll be barely noticeable.
Like that big? That big around?
We're only going to carve a hole big enough for a 6'5", 325-pound man to walk through.
Trev is just like, I think I got this.
Jim Bob LeFever says there was a Diet Pepsi assembly line on the cruise ship that I was just on. There you go, man. Hey, we're equal opportunity here. If we had Diet Pepsi, I'd be drinking it here too. So,
oh yeah,
all that. But other than, I mean, you got you some gone pretty quick.
Yeah,
on Friday night.
Had to go home and cook some dinner.
Yeah, how'd that go?
I was not completely prepared.
Did you hear that cough?
I did. It's terrifying.
Outside the studio, your door's shut and my door's shut. These are supposed to be soundproof walls. That's crazy.
That's unfortunate. I've talked about a lot of people in that room. If everybody can hear it from the outside.
I didn't realize you could hear that easily there. Either that or it's so quiet and off. I mean, we are about to be having a staff meeting in an hour, so it
you
could
and I won't.
You know what they said they were going to wait until 11 o'clock to start it. They
No.
were like, we want to watch the Baloo show, so we're going to push it till 11 o'clock.
Was that actually said?
Yeah.
Chad, You can turn on the radio, man. Y'all continue that meeting.
I told him that was the whole reason why we wanted to do the show, was to miss the meeting.
All right, fine. Let's wait till Justin's done, too. Let's get Justin in that meeting.
Well, that's never going to happen. All right. So how did the dinner go? What'd you make?
Burnt some asparagus.
Burnt some asparagus, yeah.
Then I made some.
Well, you know what your first problem was there?
Asparagus.
Asparagus. Well,
we can tell you don't like greens.
Yeah. Not at all.
And that's like every time it's just like, why does this one cookie taste bad? It's like, we're just trying to give you greens, Jeff.
I just lost a TV over here completely.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Oh, now it's coming back. Yeah, so we had asparagus, potatoes, baked potato.
A baked potato.
Oh, baked potato. So did you not at some point you can't bake there's no quick way to make a baked potato unless you microwave it.
We definitely had to microwave.
And fair enough. What was the protein?
We had shrimp, and then I also had venison backstrap.
Venison what?
Backstrap.
So like a deer steak type deal? Like a lean deer steak or something like that? How was that? That's
really good.
That sounds awesome.
Marinated it in red wine, rosemary, garlic, salt, and pepper for a day.
Ooh, man,
Super
Connor.
good.
I heard them talking about cooking earlier this morning, but I didn't realize that you're the chef around here.
Unless it pertains to asparagus, because I burn the hell out of the asparagus. Tastes like burnt walnuts.
It's actually funny. I sent a message out on Saturday to you, Trevor, and Chris, and was just thanking you for your performance. And I just offhandedly made a comment. I was like, no worries about that burnt asparagus the night before. Just joking. Yeah. And then apparently you had burnt the asparagus because you immediately messaged back and said, "Who told you I burnt the asparagus? Who have you talked to?"
I was like, Are you talking to my twin brother right now? Like, what?
Legitimately, I was just goofing because I knew you were on a rush. I was like, I bet he burnt something. I was like, you can't really burn a baked potato. I mean,
you can,
but it takes a long time.
You'd have to forget about a baked potato for like 3 hours in the oven.
And then with deer what?
Venison backstrap.
Backstrap. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could burn that. You can burn. So the shrimp, you know the deal on the shrimp, right? When it comes up whether or not it's cooked or overcooked.
Yeah, but I can't remember.
It has it. It tells you.
Oh yeah.
With a shrimp, if it stays as a C, it's cooked. The moment it starts closing into an O, it's overcooked.
Yep.
You're welcome. Hey, Ellen even says that sounds awesome, and for real, extra points on the marinade because that marinade, you went all out on that.
Yeah, that's.
I feel like that would almost have to be.
Like it. Deer's not super gamey if you process it right, especially if you don't cut into like a tarsal gland.
Mm-hmm.
But it does help a lot because it is really lean. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of one of the things from what I remember about. I've not had venison very much, but what I did, I was like, it could get tough.
Yeah.
If you don't marinate it really well.
And then I've also got a PSA, Jeff.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go to a show, you're gonna party. Drink water.
Oh, who do we have on Saturday?
We had a DJ named Alley Cat.
DJ Alley Cat.
Good show. Lots of lighting. Everybody had a good time. Some people had too good of a time.
Oh, yeah.
So if you are going to go party, just remember, as soon as you get up, and if you end up with me having to babysit you, I will make fun of you.
Connor is a babysitter. It sounds the worst thing ever.
Yeah. Like,
healthy hydration, people.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, you like the liquid IV? You know what I bet would have tasted a lot better if you drank that 2 hours ago. Because now you're sitting in a wheelchair.
Yep.
Having peed yourself. I've already told your friends what you definitely did because you don't remember.
We definitely going to let them know.
I encourage their friends to be like, just make up whatever. Yeah. I was like, just tell them they did this and this. And they're like, they didn't do that though. I'm like, it doesn't matter if they won't remember.
Embarrass them.
Make sure that they never party too hard again.
Yeah. That'd be amazing. All right. Well, so it sounds like you had a pretty good weekend. Did you at least get to rest a little bit yesterday?
Yes. I didn't get home from that show until like 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Yeah. And then on the 7th day, you rest, man. That's how we do this. Yep. All right, man. Well, hey, I want to make sure that got to stay hydrated, says Drew Walker. I want to make sure we thank Reddit Brown Ford again, Highway 55. Take that short drive for the best prices, largest selection of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. You can also schedule service on the Reddit Brown Ford website at redditbrownford.com. You can get all that taken care of. When we come back, I'm going to talk about a Netflix documentary that I watched over the weekend.
Something about a guy named Jones?
No.
Oh.
Talking about a little bit of a poop cruise.
Oh, okay.
We'll be back on the Simmons Says Show.
Well, everybody talks about the California quakes, but the first time I ever felt the earth.
Planning that much-needed vacation? Keep your home safe with Arlo from Ben Lomond Connect. With Arlo doorbell, outdoor, and indoor cameras, you can monitor your home in real time from anywhere. Whether it's from the beach or the mountains, get alerts that matter to you, like package, animal, vehicle, or person detection. Plus, enjoy professional installation by the trusted team at Ben Lomond Connect. Peace of mind starts here with Arlo. For more information, go to benlomondconnect.com and enter Arlo in the search bar, or call your local BLC office today.
Is your ride ready for summer? Get a synthetic blend oil change from Reddick Brown Ford right now at mainstreetshopper.llc for up to 50% off. While you're there, grab gift certificates to Old Oak Mercantile, The Crouch House, and Southern Traditions Gifts. All from trusted local favorites and all for less. Shop local. Shop big. Visit mainstreetshopper.llc today.
McMinnville, you're a part of me. McMinnville, Tennessee. There's nothing like you anywhere around. I'm proud to say you're my hometown.
This is Christy Partain with Graves Family Pharmacy, and we check all the boxes when it comes to family, community, and patient care. We have the best drive-thru in town where you will be greeted with a smile, and you can talk to us while being fully protected from the sun and the rain. Why go to a big box store when you can talk with local people that truly care about you and your family? Follow us on Facebook and feel free to ask questions. Come see us on Main Street at Graves Family Pharmacy, where you are much more than just a name and date of birth.
McMinnville, Tennessee.
At Pioneer Building Supply, we're your one-stop shop for lumber, tools, and building supplies. Whether you're tackling a major renovation or just need a few materials for a small project, we've got you covered. From framing to finishing touches, we have the products and expertise to help you get the job done right. Stop by and see us today at 231 Northgate Drive, Suite 250, McMinnville, or give us a call at 931-473-7777. Our friendly, knowledgeable team is always ready to help you with whatever you need for your next project. For 50 years, Pioneer Building Supply has been the trusted name in construction materials. We've built our reputation on quality, service, and the commitment to your success. Pioneer Building Supply, building your dreams since 1975.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Pioneer Building Supply, where good business makes good friends.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Talk Radio, WBMC, and translator W249DQ McMinnville, WBMC.
Baby, you a song, you make me wanna roll my windows down and cruise.
Hello, and welcome back to the Simmons Says show here on 97.7 FM. And hey, we got to do something that I almost forgot about. We got to give away some Kentucky Kingdom tickets.
Oh.
We got a family 4-pack.
Oh.
In fact, hey, 473-9383. If you want to win a Kentucky Kingdom family 4-pack, call in and tell us the last vacation you went on, because we're going to talk a little bit on vacations here.
I'm just transferring people straight on.
Yeah, just 1,000%.
Surprise.
1,000%. Hey, call in right now, 473-9383. You can win a family 4-pack of Kentucky Kingdom tickets. Hope we can get that phone call here soon. If not, we have to just call during the Blue Show and let everybody know. But hey, I want to make sure we thank our sponsors on the Simmons Says show, and that is the Cafe at Tree City, open from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. They are on 809 Sparta Street. Hey, the Fruity Pebble Frappe is the latest one that we did. But they got the matchas. We've had multiple drinks, and I hope you're trying every single one of them. I still have to get over there and try the Fruity Pebble Frappe. I'm going to have to get into it. I think that this will be the perfect week for it, because the one thing that I was like, I know that's going to be kind of like, because it almost feels like a milkshake. And I was like, it's a little bit too hot last week, I felt, for a milkshake. But I think when it cools down this week, it's going to be the perfect time to have a nice little Fruity Pebble. Oh, I got a phone call on A right now. Send them in.
Let's answer that phone call. Maybe.
Who's trying to win Kentucky Kingdom family 4-pack out there?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Christy Cassidy.
Chrissy, how are you?
Yes, I'm good.
Hey, well, you've just won a family 4-pack of Kentucky Kingdom Kentucky Kingdom. Congratulations. Hope you're going to have a good time up there in Louisville.
Yay, thank you.
No problem at all. Thank you for listening to the Simmons Says show.
Yes, sir.
Stick around and Connor will get your information.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Hey, I knew it. I knew even on a last second Hail Mary there, we made sure to get there. All right. So why I wanted to ask her, we should have Connor, ask her about what vacation that she went on to last. That was the whole thing that we told her that she was going to have to say. She's already gone. She's in the comment section too, so maybe she can let us know. And there, Chrissy, I forgot to ask you about what.
Come on, Jeff, it's your own giveaway.
I set the giveaway parameters and then completely forgot about them when I saw a blinking light and just got completely
if this is what
so
you're
excited.
Do during karaoke. Come on, man.
Can you believe that? I just saw the blinking light and got super excited about it. All right, the reason why I was asking about vacations is because I did watch the Netflix documentary over the weekend. I don't know if anybody's seen it. It's called Trainwreck, and it's just called verbatim Poop Cruise. And Connery, we were talking during the break about this. We've heard about it.
Oh yeah.
In fact, you said that it's one of the reasons why you've never been on a cruise.
Oh, absolutely not. I refuse.
I've never been on a cruise either. And after watching that one, I'm kind of with you. I'm sitting there thinking, Christy said she's calling back.
Here,
If she is, let her know. Oh, yeah, I see the blinking light. Bring her back on.
Maybe.
Christy, you back?
Hello. Yes, it cut me off.
Oh, my bad. So, again, yeah, we were going to ask, what was the last vacation you went on?
Pensacola for 10 days.
Now, where were you staying?
At the Emerald Dolphin condos.
Now,
there at Fort Pickens.
Now, let me ask you, because I watched the documentary, if all of a sudden all the bathrooms in that place stopped working about halfway through, how miserable would that trip have been?
Oh, boy, we got the whole ocean there to go in.
Can she win them for tomorrow, too, with that answer?
Might as well.
Christy, thanks so much for telling us about that. Thank you.
Hey, trust me, I've been there with Connor when he's babysitting. You got to do what you got to do there.
There you go. Yeah. So, man, so a friend of the program and a friend of Connor's. Well,
oh, absolutely.
Christy, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Hey, Connor, you need my information, buddy.
Oh, and I got you covered.
He said he's got you down.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you,
right,
Chrissy.
bye.
Yeah. Yeah. So see, that's resourceful because I guess you could in some aspects it would be I was thinking about this though. So you're on that cruise ship, and the first thing that they said that apparently they had to discourage people from trying to use the bathroom over the side of the ship. And I was like,
they discourage people?
Yeah, one, they just had to discourage women because they're like, there's a really good chance that y'all are just going to fall over the ship. That's not a great idea. Guys, they were like, they probably could, but if you tried to start like peeing off the top of the Carnival cruise ship, then really if the wind catches it, it's just going to come right back down on the people below you, stuff like that. So they really didn't want that to happen and all this. But then they were handing them like red biohazard bags that said like, hey, use the bathroom here, and then we'll just bag it up and throw it somewhere. It was absolutely, I was sitting there thinking, this is abject misery right now. Like, you're stuck in, and then they were talking about how the power completely went out. So you're in the middle of the ocean. You have no AC at all. All of your food, all the perishable food items just went bad within like 24 hours. And you're just floating dead in the water. You can't go into your room because your room's suffocating in the middle. I mean, there's stagnant air, nothing going on there. Sounds terrible.
I would lose my mind.
And I was sitting there thinking, what vacation have you been on in your life that if all of a sudden you were trapped? Like if you said you were trapped in the house or the room or wherever you were at or the building. Like she said she was at like a condominium in Florida. If all of a sudden they said you can't leave, but then halfway through it the bathrooms just stopped working. I'm sitting there thinking, I don't think there's any scenario that would be that would be a great thing. But man, a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean sounds like the absolute worst possible scenario for that.
Yeah, I know that there was one point my sister took a vacation up to Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
And it snowed.
See, that was kind of what I was thinking.
Stuck.
Yeah.
But the bathrooms did at least work from what I remember her telling me.
Yep.
The problem was the heat kind of stopped working.
Oh, wow.
Which was not great either. I know that she was pretty upset about that one. But my response was, well, at least you get to take a vacation.
Amber Dillman in the comments said, I went on a Carnival cruise last year. If the power cut, I'd be good. We had a room with a balcony, and like the lady said, you have the entire ocean. I mean, at some point, that happened.
Oh, yeah.
You absolutely know that happened. People were they're like, "Oh, don't use the bathroom over the side of the ship." And at that point, after about a day and a half, I'd be like, "Watch me, stop me, I dare you." Now, the one that was really it turned out to be an absolute terrible idea, and they even talked about it on there. Was like after about 12 to 4, after the first day, they were marooned in the middle of the ocean. And had nothing to do. Like the next day, you know what they thought? They're like, hey, this is supposed to be fun for everybody. Here's what we're going to do. Free bar. And just started, they just opened up the bar and just said, it's open to everybody. It's free. Just come get drinks. I'm like, what were you thinking? How was that going to, how was that all of a sudden your idea was a great idea? Was, we have all these people. They're supremely angry. And about everything's going on. And now we're going to give them as much alcohol as they possibly can have just to make them feel better. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to go. It sounded like it started turning into Lord of the Flies, too. Like people were anytime they had food, people were hoarding it, like going back into their own like cubby holes and saying, this is our area.
That's honestly, I kind of it would have been hilarious if I just had I wouldn't save anybody else from the cruise.
Yeah.
I'll just come in on my boat, climb up, see what was going on for a day or two, get back on my boat and leave. They're like, can we come with you? And it's like, no.
Emily Simmons says, definite male advantage in that case with using the bathroom. Fair. Yeah. But no, there was one really funny comment from one of the workers that were on the ship at that time. And she was talking about, and I don't know where she was from. I don't think it ever said where she was from, but she was obviously not American. And she said that she said it, she goes, but all of a sudden she goes, you see all these American people have to kind of go through a little bit of suffering they're like food shortages and something. She said, well, she might have been from like Eastern Europe or like from Russia. Cause she even said it. She said, welcome to communism.
Are you serious?
Yeah. She was like, yeah, all of a sudden people just, nobody wanted to share the food. They just wanted it for them. She said people in the back of the line would get to the front and there would be nothing there because people were taking 10 cheeseburgers instead of taking one and all that. And she was like, yeah, kind of what she's like, yeah, y'all aren't built for communism. I was like, wow, that took a turn.
I love it's just like, especially when you go to school, it's like sharing is caring. As soon as you hit like anything past the age of like 10,
no,
it's like absolutely not.
Self preservation completely just went straight up. I'm sitting there thinking about how would I handle that?
Oh,
I'm definitely like a cookie monster. I'm grabbing everything.
As soon as the Diet Coke runs out, Jeff just starts eating the boat. The whole boat's going down.
Listen, folks, I don't care. I will fight somebody over a Diet Coke. There was one guy they kept interviewing who said that he was like, his only thing was I'm not pooping in a red bag. I'm not doing this. And somehow he he continued to work away. He said he mapped out the entire boat, went and found all the public bathrooms, and then apparently found like one that actually did work. And he would only tell his family about it.
That is,
I was like, no, that's I like that guy.
Level 1000 planning.
Yeah, like, hey, if I'm going to be sitting here doing absolutely nothing, I'm going to continue to search this boat forever until I find a working bathroom.
If not, I'm just getting mad. I'm going up to captain quarters and be like,
I know y'all.
You did this to us.
Where's your bathroom?
And if they refuse, it'd be like, I am the captain now. Just drop one right there.
Upper decker.
Yeah.
Oh, mercy.
That's
man,
what
the public bathrooms are disgusting with working water. I'm telling you, man, that it would have had to have been abject misery. I would never go. There were people on there that are, we went back on a cruise. I'm like, how? I would never do it again.
Like, maybe did Carnival just be like, hey, we can't actually pay you any money, but like here's free cruises for life.
You should see it at the end. Yeah, they basically say that nobody could sue because they tell you that they're apparently in the ticket it said something like that. That was like, we don't guarantee you working livable environments in the ticket. I was like, that's the craziest thing
actually
ever.
Hilarious though.
Hey, we got to end the Simmons Says show. Hey, stick around because in 6 minutes we're going to start the Eric Ballou show, which will be out on WBMC and also on the on Facebook. So stick around. We're going to have that show going for you. Thank you, Cafe at Tree City.
A little too tall, could have used a few pounds. Tight pants.
Talk Radio WBMC News is next.
David Stinson is your fourth-generation jeweler at Diamond Jewelry in historic downtown McMinnville with 60 years of precious memories that last forever. As they say, diamonds are a girl's best friend. See him at Diamond Jewelry on Main Street for that special gift that truly inspires. Diamond Jewelry Company, 931-473-2960. See him. You'll be glad you did.
Hey y'all, Jonathan Beavers here at Reddit Brown Ford in Morrison, Tennessee. Our huge Labor Day sales event is going on now through the end of September. Right now, you pay just $1 over invoice price on all new Ford vehicles. That's right, Mustangs, F-150s, Broncos, Expeditions, and more, excluding Specialty and F-250. We've got outstanding finance options to make your deal even sweeter. So don't wait, make that short drive to Highway 55 in Morrison and save big at Reddit Brown Ford. We'll see you then.
In the Main Street Journal News, the Lady Pioneers soccer team bounced back from a rough season opener with an impressive 5-3 win over Riverdale at home Thursday night. After falling 7-0 at Ray County 2 nights earlier, the Lady Pioneers looked revitalized, dominating the first 70 minutes and building a 5-1 lead before Riverdale's late push closed the gap. Chloe Wanamaker and Noelle Bratcher each scored twice, while relentless pressure forced an own goal from the Warriors. Bratcher also assisted on both of Wanamaker's goals and added another on a pass from Ali Escamilla. Midfielders Addison Steakley, Jayla Garibaldi, Jaden Davis, and senior Cora Bruce controlled possession, while Macy McBride and Izzy Rodriguez excelled on the wings. Defensively, Escamilla, Addison Watson, Summer Wanamaker, and Micah Garibaldi anchored the back line, with Lily Moore delivering her strongest performance in goal. Warren County, which is now 1-1, continues non-district play August 28th at Cumberland County. More local news and sports are just a click away at mainstreetjournal.llc. Until next time, I'm Rob Nunley.
This weather is brought to you by Exchange Furniture.
Since 1935, Exchange Furniture Company has been honored to serve Warren and surrounding counties with their furniture needs. We offer quality living room, dining, bedroom suites, and pound for pound the best two-sided mattresses around. We offer payment options, free delivery, free setup, service after the sale, folks. It's all happening at one place, and that's Exchange Furniture Company, 306 West Morford Street in downtown McMinnville, where we say every day, it pays to do business where business is being done.
I'm Jamie Summers with your Main Street weather forecast. Hope you're having a great start to your work week. We're going to see a high of 77 today, so it's going to be a really, really nice day. Partly cloudy skies and a low of 58 tonight. Tomorrow, a high of 75 under cloudy skies. So far, no rain in the forecast for Tuesday, but you never know how that goes, so we'll keep you updated.
Hello, and welcome to the Eric Ballou Show. I'm Jeff Simmons. I'm not Eric Ballou, but I am here with head coach Eric Ballou. Coach, I know we talked about this a lot. You said that back in the day, this was something that you really enjoyed. So we've made it happen. So
Yeah.
welcome to the show. And what's your initial thoughts about doing the Monday morning quarterbacking of the Friday night game?
Well, this is something that my dad had the Vince Ballou show on Saturday mornings during the season growing up, and I just remember after games waking up in the morning and hearing my dad on the radio. So to have an opportunity like this to just kind of be in his shoes is something that I admired for so long. I'm very grateful, and this stuff like this is really fun. So I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot. We had the opportunity where we discussed it for about 4 or 5 weeks and said, hey, I really think this would be a good idea. You were all for it. I was all for it. I think the public's going to be all for it because what we're going to end up doing here, and if you're joining us on Facebook, thank you, and make sure to hit that share button, let everybody know you're watching the Eric Ballou Show. And if you're on WBMC, because I think we're airing this, just understand we're going to be breaking down a little bit of film, so if you can't see it, we'll try to describe it to you as much as possible. But we are going to show we're going to break the cameras into 2 cameras here in a second and show you a little bit of film and just have some questions and things to go on with Coach Ballou and let him, I know there's the public always loves the second guess, sometimes first guess, but mostly second guess. And I know that there's some things that you will probably want to talk about. before we even get to it, let's talk about Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever played in a game or coached in a game with that many kind of up and downs, start and stops? Because, I mean, my goodness. You said it after the game. Congrats to the people that stuck around because you were there until midnight.
Yeah, absolutely. I've coached in a game where after the first play we got popped with lightning, but I've never been in a situation to where the game comes down to this play, and then you get popped and you got to go inside. That was certainly a unique experience, and we got our fair share of adversity. But both teams had to deal with it. So very, very unique experience. I think we kind of experienced it all, which knock on wood,
Hopefully that'll be the last time that something like that happens. Hindsight 2020, do you call the timeout or you say, hey, we'll just get this play out there?
Yeah, I mean,
because that timeout was the time where they figured out, hey, we got lightning, we got to pull these guys off the field.
Yeah, hindsight, maybe, it's just one of those deals where, we had some kids in there that, due to injury that, I felt like we were probably better off kind of explaining, the play process. The big thing is we wanted to make sure that we got the right play. So really what I felt like I needed was 45 seconds, not 60 minutes. You know what I mean? So,
well, again, I will ask that. I think the question on everybody's mind when you had the 60 minutes, how many different variations of things? Because now at that point you had a chance to go through and let's look at all the plays that we've called, look at all the formations, what their defense is doing. Was there ever a time that you said, hey, let's go out here and try to kick this at any point and maybe try to field goal to tie it? Well, how many different scenarios did y'all run through in 60 minutes?
Yeah, we felt like it was a little bit out of Looper's range, just what he's been comfortable with. I mean, he's been so consistent, inside. About 35 yards.
We're talking about 50 from where he was going to have to come out and try to kick.
Yeah, yep. And to be honest, I think he does have the leg for it. But just for a comfortability standpoint, it was, do we feel comfortable about him kicking a 48-yard kick or, getting 12 yards? So that's kind of the option that we weighed there. Really, through the guidance of, my dad kind of being around and, the other staff members, we had one variation of a play drawn up, when we went into the locker room, and we kind of just expanded on it just a little bit, maybe 10 or 15 minutes later. But I really did not want to present a play to the team and then present a new play and then a new play and then a new play. I didn't really think that there would be much confidence going into the play if that's the process that we took.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly the time to go into the sandlot and start drawing up a play. It was like, hey, just so y'all know, this is the biggest play of the game. We're going to run something that we've literally never even practiced, you've never even seen, and some of the verbiage of it. But, again, Connor, can you put us on 2Cam? And let's just go through this last drive completely because – it's DeKalb County drives down the field, scores to go up 19-16. I think they're at that point. There was about 6 minutes to go. Sometimes we had to. That was a question a little bit on the night of how much time was left because our scoreboard had a little bit of a tough time in the second half. But we get the ball back, chance to drive and take the lead, and then of course you start with. I mean, I think this is something that y'all would be proud of the whole time. Pretty good field position because your return game worked.
Yeah, and I think on both sides, stopping them inside the 10 on a kickoff and then, getting past, the 30, a couple times past the 35 on kickoff return, that's, you're talking about that's up to 100 yards of total swing, when you evaluate both. So we were very pleased on how willing our guys were to block on kickoff return and our returners to commit to hitting the hole there. That was good.
Now, this is something right here that I want to point out. Coach Ballou doesn't have to. I'm not going to allow Coach Ballou to get too wild on the refs because I don't want you to get in trouble at all. But hey, the TWSAA can't find me, I don't think, on this. I'm going to point out right now that this ball is at the 34-yard line.
Yep.
And Coach, I ended up making this point a couple of times. Did you get a sideline warning in the game, or did your team get a sideline warning?
I got one for being on the field, but it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were both. In fact, I think both of us got a sideline warning in the game. You got a sideline warning from the officials, and I got a sideline warning from you. because about a play later, there was a little bit of I had a little bit of questions to ask, and I asked them too loudly. And Coach, of course, pointed out that, hey, we appreciate you. But, okay, so we line up. I think this was actually second down after the kick, and trying to go for it all. And this ball sails a little bit, but what people don't see there is the flag comes down.
Yeah.
So DeKalb County returns it, and everybody at that point thinks DeKalb County's got it.
Yeah.
But you saw I'm assuming you saw the flag pretty early.
Yeah.
So you knew that there was going to be a reset. Now, if you're looking right now, look for in the middle of the field. There's this guy with a white hat, not with the guys over here in the Warren County. I'm talking about this guy right in the middle. I'm circling him with my he signals.
Yeah.
We got a little pass interference. So we're going to go reset the ball. But when we reset it from the 25, and all of a sudden we're at the 29. And then what I was pointing out was we should have been up here at the 50 on the reset.
Well,
is what it is.
Well, what I think happened was that, which it's not correct, but the penalty was enforced from the spot of where the returner went out of bounds, which is because he went out,
Fair, yeah.
at about the 25.
Yeah, so
that's not correct, but they make mistakes just like we make mistakes.
Yeah, and I think in what you and I heard you saying it over there, I was like, at the end of the day, we were getting the ball back.
Right,
and whether we were getting the ball back at the 40, the 20, whatever,
Yeah.
we still had a chance to win the game because we're getting the ball back. And then y'all get right back in it and start the next play. What did you think about Brady? I mean, Brady's ability to bounce back really quick and rip a throw that's not an easy throw to make right there.
Yeah, the out to the field is a difficult ball, but one thing that we talk about a lot is his feet. And you can usually tell. I mean, he can spin it, man. And when his feet are like that, we don't really teach a traditional 3-step, 5-step, 1-step drop. I like to coach it kind of like you're coaching a shortstop. It's catch, gather, ball. If we have deeper routes, we tell them catch, long gather, and then ball. And when he's on time with the athletes that we got, on the perimeter, I mean, this is just really good football. Yeah. So kudos to Zay running a great route here and Brady getting the ball out quick.
Yep. And then you get into third down, you're trying to move the sticks because, again, we're inside 5 minutes. I think you had one timeout at this time. So you still have a timeout in the pocket, but you don't want – you're probably in 4-down scenario at this whole time because with one timeout, it's going to be really hard for you to be able to stop the clock if they take possession again. So, but you don't want to get into the fourth quarter if you don't. And I think Brady just rips a ball on maybe a cover 2 look right here.
Yeah, we call this a whole shot. Chris kind of has a couple options here on what he can run, and obviously he picks the right one. This is something that Chris is just so good at. He's so fluid. You put we call that a hard corner. You put him in a bind when you release outside of him. In most cases, that corner's being taught to force everything inside to kind of funnel it back towards the outside backer and safety. But Chris, I mean, he's like trying to cover water. You just can't catch him. And he did a great job with this similar concept against Gordonsville last week. So and then great job by Brady working this side. That was good.
Yeah, I mean he ripped that. He rips that ball right in there.
Yeah, that's the only place that ball can be thrown.
Yep. Of course, Robledo's who were playmakers that whole night. He needed a little bit of time to get up and get ready back on there. So now we've gotten into a position where you're playing. You're about a first down away from maybe being in field goal range. You could tie the game with a field goal, but now we're looking for the win. You lose 2 yards on first down. You're 2nd and 12, and then this is right before we're getting into the lightning delay.
Yeah.
Go for the home run ball. Their safety makes a pretty good play and knock that away because if he doesn't get there, it looks like Isaiah might get 6 right here.
Yeah. I mean, that's the correct ball, given the route that we called. And one thing I want to point out is we got 2 sophomores on the field right now getting significant moment reps. For the fact for Merrick Sadlin and Isaac Smith to come in those moments and run routes and be in the place that they're supposed to be. I can't brag on those 2 young guys enough.
Yep. So we go for the home run, don't get it, but get to 3rd and 12. And then Brady rolls out to the right here. We're going to be here. And he's looking downfield, of course, trying to move the chains again.
Yep.
And just gets a little bunched up. This was something I think was said on the broadcast said, hey, if we look deep here, but I really think that this safety just ends up breaking on the throw because I know everybody's going to look at this video and say, Well, if you look behind it, there's a receiver open, but I just think he broke off of it. Not only that, I think Isaiah might have been forced out of bounds on this play as well.
Yeah.
So Brady's trying to make it. And then, of course, you get lined up after this. This is where we get into the whole crazy scenario. You call timeout, get us 4th and 12, game's on the line, timeout, and then we come back an hour later.
Yeah, I know it. It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
know.
And then, of course, gamesmanship. Love some gamesmanship.
Yeah.
You line up, and then immediately Coach Trapp calls timeout.
Yeah. I mean, you got to, you know, and that's, one thing you don't want to do in those situations is finish a game with no timeouts left. You don't want to keep them in your pocket in those moments. So.
Yeah. Did y'all come? I mean, it looks like y'all came back with the same formation. Was there any change there? Or you said, hey, we're trusting the play that we called?
Yeah, I wanted to trust the play that we called. And to be honest, we had got the look that we wanted, and really what we were trying to do was, put Xavier Simmons down here, out wide and we wanted 2 over him. So the corner, and then they had a safety over the top. That's kind of the look that we wanted. And, to the field, we had a play that was kind of a mixture of 2 plays that we've ran pretty consistently, throughout the summer. So,
yeah. And this is for people that are watching on Facebook. Simmons down here on the bottom of the screen, big guy, a potential matchup nightmare if you're trying to single team him on that. And of course, so again, we've talked about it the whole time. You've went through, you thought about all the different scenarios here, and then at the end of the day, Al Pacino said it best. This is a game of inches.
Yeah.
Because this ball does not miss Isaiah Robledo's hands by very much on potentially getting this going in, moving the chains, and just a little bit over.
Yeah.
And we can kind of everything. We've seen the rest on that. But, Coach, it didn't boil down to that play.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I know that there are things that everybody's going to look back at that one, but there are more things that happen in in the game, and we're going to get back to those when we get back to the front of the break.
Absolutely.
So, hey, I hope everybody's enjoying the Blue Show. We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to go back to the first quarter that worked really well for us.
Ready for a new journey? Durham School Services is hiring school bus drivers in McMinnville. Stop by 126 Middle School Drive Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. for on-the-spot interviews. Bring a friend. Enjoy flexible hours and competitive pay starting at $16 an hour. Want more info? Text JOBS to 63552. That's JOBS to 63552. It's all about the journey, theirs and yours.
0% financing is yours right now at Ed Rogers Valley Ford. 0% financing and no payments for 90 days on 2025 F-150, a 2025 Ford Mustang, a 25 Escape, or a 25 Explorer. Whatever size vehicle, whatever you need to get done, Ed Rogers Valley Ford can get you on the road to haul it and get the work done. America chooses a Ford F-150. Get 0% financing right now. You'll love the redesigned interior on the Ford Explorer. Plenty of room for the kids and back to school. And right now, no payments for 90 days at Ed Rogers Valley Ford. Celebrating 30 years of serving the Upper Cumberland, including the best service department around. Multiple Ford Senior Master Certified techs ready to service your vehicle. Specially trained diesel certified techs too. Ed Rogers Valley Ford, 111 Auto Lane, Sparta, just off Highway 111, and online at RogersValleyFord.com. Hometown feel and big savings. 0% financing. No payments for 90 days. Now at Ed Rogers Valley Ford.
I'm Tim Hitchcock, inviting you to join me every Tuesday at 5 for Hey Hey Hitchcock, proudly presented by Farm Credit Mid-America. We're talking everything green, from backyard gardening tips to big ag insights, plus special guests from right here in the nursery capital of the world. Tune in on 97.7 WBMC every Tuesday at 5 or catch us streaming live on Facebook. Also available on YouTube.
It's time for some more great weekly specials from our friends at Warehouse Discount Groceries. Now listen to these. Fresh green cabbage, 49 cents a pound. 105 to 117 ounce Tide Simply Liquid Detergent, just 99 cents. Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and Starry 6-packs are 3 for $10. 12 to 16-pack Bluebell ice cream sandwiches, just $4.99. Don't forget to check out the Charter Reserve meats in the deli. That's all at Warehouse Discount Groceries, 835 Smithville Highway, on the Strip. Why don't you head over to Chicken Chef and enjoy a fresh made-to-order meal, or choose from the all-time favorite like the Chicken Nugget Dinner. Stop in for breakfast, order right off the menu with sausage, gravy, fresh homemade biscuits, or try their delicious tenderloin, egg, and cheese biscuit, just to name a few. Whatever your taste buds call for, you're sure to find it at Chicken Chef. They've been serving Warren and surrounding counties for over 40 years. Stop in today, Chicken Chef on the Strip in McMinnville. You can call your order in to go at 473-5020.
All right, we're back on the Eric Ballou Show here on WBMC 97.7 FM, also on Facebook on the Radio WBMC page. Coach, running on empty. That's kind of what we were sitting there talking about during the break. Was at some point in that second half, it kind of felt like, we had emptied the tank.
Yeah.
But at the first quarter, and this is where we're starting here, a lot of energy really right out of the gate, and I think Warren County showed up, showed out, and it really felt like when this ball got kicked off to start the night that y'all were ready to roll.
Yeah, I think so. I think even kudos to DeKalb on the other end. I thought third, fourth quarter there was 22 really gassed players on the field just because of all the effort that everybody was given. You could certainly tell that the first quarter on both sides that everybody was ready to play.
Well, let's get right to the start, because it did not take long for us to find out how aggressive is this Eric Ballou guy. He's first-year coach. We hadn't seen him ever in Nunley Stadium. Let's see what kind of things that he's going to draw up for us, because we get to kick off, and we actually might even get some sound on this, Connor. I don't know if it's going to go on there, but we get the music. The music's blaring. They're getting there. The nerves are going out. How confident are you guys with these guys in the back that they can bust one between the Robledo brothers?
Yeah, one thing that we teach them to do, if it's kicked into a certain area, we've got to catch and split. So you want to split two guys' lanes that are running down the field, and that's what he does. I think a lot of kids would have been down on the 25 there because they want to work lateral. But Chris does a great job getting vertical, splitting two guys, and giving us 15 more yards.
Yep. So you start past the 35, like you said, and basically got you another first down with that. So you started out the game, and this is, I would say, precursor to this. Watch that play, because we're going to get back to it here in a little bit on that. But this right now, immediately trying to find out some tendencies.
Yep.
Like, what are they going to do? How are they going to deal with our emotion?
Yep.
Second down, come back. And maybe a little bit of jitters. Looks like Brady kind of pulled the string a little bit on that throw.
Yeah.
But
that's RPO for us. It's a run-pass option. And he made the right read. You just got to deliver a good ball.
Yep. And then third down, I think timing on this pass was just incredible.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he rips it, gets it right to you. So now we're set up. Very quickly, very early. 4th and 1.
Yeah.
44-yard line. What were the thoughts? I mean, how quickly did you make the decision, because you end up going for it? How quickly did you say, got to go?
It's pretty instant. This is one of those deals where the way you present making that decision, I think, is very important. I have a lot of confidence in our defense. I have a lot of confidence in our players. So that's usually where that boils down to is, I'm going to tell our players, like, look, I'm betting on us, and even if, which, we don't get it here, I want our players to know, like, if we feel like we can afford it, we're going to take a chance with our players. Yeah. So it's just one of those deals where, even if, like, and we'll talk about this on Monday, we were 0 for 4, or 0 for 3 on fourth downs, and I think we were 1 for 5 on third downs. So, ultimately they've got to understand that I'm going to keep betting on us, and we've got to meet each other in that process. So, heavy set in the backfield here. We feel like we've got 4 really, really good fullbacks.
Yeah, I was going to say, went with the old smokestack look here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I really, again, too, pay attention to this, folks, because Harris turns it up. But I think y'all coach a little bit of that. Y'all coach a little bit of this out quick.
Yeah.
Because we go back to this play.
Yeah.
Very soon. In fact, we'll go back through, because I think he tried to bounce it, got a little east-west on that. And I think I'm sure I'm sure on this, y'all were probably get to the sidelines and immediately had to tell him, I think if you follow that hat in front of you, you probably get this 1 yard because it looks like it was about to open up on that. But, sorry, I didn't mean to skip up there. Have a drive. We'll get to the defensive stop because y'all end up going and making a goal line stop, and we'll get to that in the second break. But come back, and then we talk about quick change, and this was, I think, the first time we saw the Pioneers making some quick change stuff because get an overthrow. Robledo makes a great play on the ball. Now it's y'all's. 4 minutes to go. Still 0-0 game. They've played pretty much the entire first quarter in your side of the field, but this was y'all's chance to turn it over. And Coach, you went into the bag after the. Is this something that we can expect? Is like, hey, quick change, things that we can do, and you go right to the trick play immediately.
Yeah, I think, and I had talked to Coach Harris about this, and I said, when we get a turnover tonight, we're going to come out with this play, and I think a lot of that is just you need to reward your defense, right? Like they've made a big play, they've got you the ball back, especially after us getting a 4 and out, so we want to, and DeKalb does a great job, not staying over the top of Zay here. Yeah. Like this is a really tough thing to get a corner to do, but it's just two kids just making a play. And kudos off to Zay for going up and competing for that ball.
And they have probably done that in the backyard a few times.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the next play that we get to, and again, this is why I talked about that first down play at the very start of the game. Y'all show motion, you run a play, you lose a couple of yards, and everybody's like, oh, why you do that? You do it for this, I think, because I feel like y'all found something immediately and said, okay, we saw what we got, fake that toss this time, and then Adrian Harris clears out completely naked on the backside and gets you all the way into the down to the 3-yard line.
Yeah, you want to have a shell of, a look with all kinds of plays underneath it, right? We want to line up in one thing and do one motion and be able to run at least 3 plays off of what those are. And, that's, great job by Zay doing, what some guys will do when they're not getting the ball on the motion is they'll do a lazy motion and no fake. And, Zay pulls guys away because he's running the motion just like he would if he got the ball. So, that's, up front, pass protecting really well because it's a longer pass pro because Brady has to do a fake rocket pitch and then load up. And great job by Zay. Great job by Chris, taking the proper path and pulling somebody away. So that's 11 guys doing their job, and that's what happens.
Got to his landmark, Coach.
That's it.
All right. Well, so we just said 4th down at the midfield. We went smokestack. Didn't get the things that we want. Didn't get the yard that we needed, but coached them up because this looks like the exact same play to me.
It is, yeah. Same play, same formation.
And then when we needed 2 yards, Adrian just turns it. I mean, he just turns it straight up and just runs through a guy at the goal line.
That's it.
And gets you in the end zone, and all of a sudden we got the light show.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean that's great. Kids love that stuff, and appreciate Adrian taking the coaching that he got, and when we need 2, you got to give me 2. So, it's just a great job of him committing and accelerating to the hole.
Yep. So we've gotten to 7-0 after Looper gets the extra point right here. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back. We're going to get back to a little bit more of the dramatics that happened at the end of the first quarter, and then we'll talk about defense after that. But, again, we're going to take a break really quick here on the Eric Ballou Show, where Warren County at this moment was up 7-0.
My candy girl, and you got me wanting you.
At Express Motors, we're working hard to reinvent the used car buying experience. For you, that means a transparent deal on only quality inspected cars by our own mechanics. And great extras like free oil changes, free tows, and discounted service after the sale. We are the Buy Here, Pay Here car dealership you can trust. So come see us at 352 West Morford Street in McMinnville. Express Motors, where peace of mind and car buying come together. See our inventory now at expressmotorstn.com.
At Redmond's Carpet, they offer a wide range of flooring options to suit your needs. Whether you prefer the softness of carpet, the durability of hardwood, the versatility of tile, or the affordability of vinyl, we've got you covered. We also offer luxury in vinyl plank LVP for those who want the look of hardwood with added durability. Serving McMinnville since 1969, Redmond's Carpet, 2512 Old Nashville Highway. Call them at 931-668-4900 for your next flooring option. Redmond's Carpet.
McMinnville, you're a part of me. McMinnville, McMinnville, Tennessee. There's nothing like you anywhere around. I'm proud to say you're my hometown.
This is Christy Partain with Graves Family Pharmacy, and we check all the boxes when it comes to family, community, and patient care. We have the best drive-through in town where you will be greeted with a smile, and you can talk to us while being fully protected from the sun and the rain. Why go to a big box store when you can talk with local people that truly care about you and your family? Follow us on Facebook and feel free to ask questions. Come see us on Main Street at Graves Family Pharmacy, where you are much more than just a name and date of birth.
McMinnville, Tennessee.
At Pioneer Building Supply, we're your one-stop shop for lumber, tools, and building supplies. Whether you're tackling a major renovation or just need a few materials for a small project, we've got you covered. From framing to finishing touches, we have the products and expertise to help you get the job done right. Stop by and see us today at 231 Northgate Drive, Suite 250, McMinnville, or give us a call at 931-473-7777. Our friendly, knowledgeable team is always ready to help you with whatever you need for your next project. For 50 years, Pioneer Building Supply has been the trusted name in construction materials. We've built our reputation on quality, service, and the commitment to your success. Pioneer Building Supply, building your dreams since 1975.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Pioneer Building Supply, where good business make good friends.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Hey, welcome back to the Eric Ballou Show. I am host Jeff Simmons, and this is Coach Eric Ballou, first-year coach of the Warren County Pioneers. Coach, when we left off, like we said, up 7-0, had scored on the first touchdown. DeKalb County ends up coming back, tying the game on a touchdown on their own. They get a penalty. Spike the ball in the end zone. I mean, it was they earned that one on that one, so they have to kick off from the 25. And this is where it kind of gets a little bit wild. We can go to the monitor again, Connor, and bring this up because this gets a little. This is one of the times where we were talking in the break where nobody really knew what was going on because DeKalb County comes up and they end up pooch kicking from their own 25, and it just turns into a absolute free for all for the ball. And again, I don't think anybody ever 100% realized what happened here other than the kid that was for DeKalb County. I think you see some of the coaches from Warren County trying to point out and say, if he got it after he already hit out of bounds. And then we get the argument. DeKalb County's on the field. We got the ball. Warren County saying they got the ball. Yeah. Well, it turns out Warren County has the ball.
Right. And, ultimately what that boils down to is we have to go attack the ball. We do a fielding practice with kickoff return. We get them all out there in their formation, and we're just firing balls at everybody. Everybody's throwing footballs at them, and ultimately we've got to take that into practice on Friday night. And if the ball's in my space, we have got to go get it. We've got to prevent any type of decision to be left up of possession with the ref. Get on the ball, get our offense back on the field. And that prevents those situations from happening.
Yeah, and again, get the ball here, and then as we had pointed out, the first couple of times that y'all had drives, you're in decent field goal and field position at your own 35. Then the next time I think y'all had it at your own 26, and then make it a 74-yard drive. This is the first time it's like, hey, we're in plus side. Yeah, we got to make something happen, and it does not take y'all very long to actually make something happen. In fact, y'all come out immediately, hit a 9-yard pass to Robledo from Swallows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is another RPO. He has the option to give it and run it here. We've got open space. On this little glance route at the top of the screen, we're going to rip it. It's a great ball, throws them away from the corner. Yep. If we're going to throw RPOs, we've got to complete them because there's nothing that makes an offensive line coach more upset is when you call a run play and then you throw it and you incomplete it. So this was big.
Yeah, he gets there. Now, this next play becomes big for two reasons. One, you need you're trying to get a first down, and you get it with Adrian Harris. Now, I would say again, we're not trying to never putting Ballou in a bad situation and say anything here. I gotta have this play called blown dead a little bit earlier because this becomes a very tough play for y'all 5 yards later that Adrian kind of gets his knee rolled up on, and we don't have our starting running back the rest of the game.
Yeah,
good, tough run though to get you 7 yards, but need that. I'd love to have heard a whistle a little bit earlier on that one.
Adrian's just he's turned the corner, and we're hoping to get back some results, hopefully here soon about his knee. So he's just one of those that he's put the work in the weight room, and and it showed on the few carries he got Friday night and what he got to do in the scrimmages.
Yep. So again, you can't focus too much on that one because you still got a game that you're wanting to try to go out there and win.
Yep.
And Coach, you talked about it a lot. We've already brought it up a couple of times tonight with that those choice routes that you have here. I think Brady Swallows and Isaiah Robledo make a pretty good choice here on second down.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can kind of see the safety's a little nosy on his alignment there. So we have a hard corner up top, so that gives Zay the option to run a couple different things here. He picks the right thing, and it's another thing when Brady's in rhythm, he can deliver a really, really good ball.
We'll see that ball here because he gets it up there, and Isaiah climbs the ladder. And hey, you're a guy that's made some plays on the outside before.
Long time ago.
This is some nice body control, but also that little. And Brent Carden had a great video of this, and we're going to show it right here. He kind of gets back into him.
Yeah,
he gets back into him right there. And look, at that point, you're not calling pass interference. They're both kind of pushing and stuff, but he gets back into his body to let himself get back up to get that ball.
Yeah, and even both of them, it's clean both ways by the corner and the receiver. Their knuckles are on their chest as opposed to their hand. You're not going to get a push-off call either way. And what Zay does is he's almost like in a 5 spot, when the point guard lobs the ball over to the center. He uses his hips and his body to give him a chance to field the ball. And it's just like you said, it's great body control, man. Great body control.
Yep. I was going to say that was a big time play on that. And again, too, you go up again in the first quarter, you get 13 points out there. How big was it for y'all to get early offense in this game? Because I know that last year, again, we're last year.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all preached about, hey, we're all moving forward, but offensively, how rewarding was it to show the guys like, hey, we've been telling you all summer, all spring, all fall, we do the right things. We can put points on the board, and y'all come out with 2 touchdown drives, but in the first 12 minutes.
Yeah, one thing we need to encourage our guys is with what we have explosiveness-wise on the offensive side of the ball, if something bad happens and we go down early, we have the capability to, cut down a lead very quickly, and what's also very poignant about that also is if we go up early, we have a chance to run away with it pretty quickly, with what we have on the perimeter. So, it's very exciting and it's very fun to coach players like that we have with the Robledos and Brady, Adrian Harris, just Xavier Simmons, all the weapons that we have and all the fullbacks we got. It allows us to be very creative. And we can move guys around as much as possible. So it's really, really fun to coach and be around.
Yep. It was nice to see that y'all got into the game with some kids that got back there. I think the Gator kid had come back in that game. Now, unfortunately, maybe left the game with some bumps and bruises. And again, you said that you're still awaiting a couple of information on a little bit of how long you might be out without some guys. But for the most part, a lot of great things that happened early in this game, and a lot of great things that happened. And Rob Nally just said it in the comment section. Tough luck, but great effort from the boys. Nothing to be ashamed of. Plenty to build on.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, we've got to, from the top down. Starting with me, we've got to execute better. But we are in a position to where, with our players giving great effort, and we're not fighting that battle, they now allow us to coach. And that's all you can ask for.
You said something to me, or I think it was actually to Jay after the Gordonsville game, and you said something about execution and effort. What do you remember? Is that how you worded that? That maximum effort can't mask maximum execution. Are we starting to mirror that a little bit better?
Yeah, I think so. Gordonsville was a huge example of, talk about our defensive ends. They up front on the defensive side of the ball were very talented. Xavier Simmons, Garrett Mitchell, Kanan Curtis, all those guys. But we can't just run upfield, right? We tell them all the time that the money's made at the line of scrimmage. So they're willing to be physical. They're willing to use their hands, which is what you have to have up front. But we can't just get so excited and so addicted to making a play that we forget our assignment, And they're starting to cut those, mistakes down. What I really feel like is we know where our floor is.
Yep.
And what I'm trying to encourage the guys is I really don't think they know how high their ceiling is, and that's ultimately what we've got to find is we've got to do whatever it takes to go find our ceiling.
That's a great point, Coach. Like you said, I think that where y'all end up in 10 weeks compared to where you're at now, but like you said, I think that you've set a baseline for where y'all can be and what y'all expect from the team. When we come back, we're going to see a little bit about what that defensive line did because twice in this game, DeKalb County had the ball in first and goal situations, and twice DeKalb County got turned away with 0 points. So when we come back, we're going to show a little bit about what the Pioneer defense did in those situations. This is the Eric Ballou Show on WBMC 97.7 FM.
Hi, this is Jay Walker, the voice of the Pioneers, and I've got something just for you Pioneer fans. It's the Warren County Sports app, an app that's as dedicated to our middle and high school teams as you are. Live scores, schedules, news updates, and rosters. It's the ultimate tool for staying connected to every play, every game, and every Pioneer and Lady Pioneer moment. I use it, and I think you should too. Download the Warren County Sports app today from your Apple or Google App Marketplace. Let's keep Pioneer tradition strong together.
Need a break from the negative news? The good news is just what you need. Fridays from 10 to 11 a.m. and 5 to 6 p.m. on WBMC 97.7. Join Justin Reed as he shares all the heartwarming stories happening around the world. Acts of kindness, amazing achievements, and inspiring people doing great things. It's the hour where the world feels a little lighter and you'll leave with a smile on your face. No bad news here, just stories that will lift your spirits. Take a break from the chaos and focus on the good stuff. Fridays from 10 to 11 a.m. and 5 to 6 p.m. on WBMC 97.7. It's the good news, and it's just what you need.
Come on in and see how good it feels. You'll always be treated right when you arrive at Ed Rogers Chevrolet with the new Chevrolet Am vehicles, plus a great selection of quality used vehicles. At Ed Rogers Chevrolet, there's also an outstanding service department, proud to be family-owned for over 50 years. So come on in and see how good it feels. Get that great feeling of saving money today at Ed Rogers Chevrolet in Sparta and EdRogersChevy.net.
With the changing of the seasons, Middle Tennessee is a beautiful place to be. Now is the perfect time to purchase or remodel your home or to buy that boat, camper, or land you've been looking at. This is Matt Ritchie, loan officer at Security Federal, and I'm here to help make these dreams a reality. So whether you're ready to make a big purchase, invest for retirement, or just establish your credit, come see us at Security Federal. We are the local bank with smiling faces, always happy to help you. See why we are known as the friendliest bank in town. Security Federal, member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Where can you go to spend some quality up-close and personal time alone with none other than 3 Star Cinema? Head over to the most affordable and convenient place in town featuring the latest releases fresh on the silver screen. 3 Star Cinema.
Now showing Freakier Friday, rated PG-13. Bad Guys 2, rated PG. Nobody 2, rated R. Fantastic Four, rated PG-13. And Weapons, rated R.
Sparta Street, McMinnville. 3 Star Cinema, where the stars come out at night.
I love this song! I love nachos.
Loving everything? You might be buzzed.
You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
All right, we are back for the final segment of the Eric Ballou Show here on WBMC 97.7 FM. Coach, I am Jeff Simmons, hosting this show, but we are on the Eric Ballou Show. Thanks for the helmet, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that. Yeah, y'all got we got some. So we got the powder blues. I mean, we're looking pretty solid out there. What did you like the shirt? You came out with the shirtless hoodie. during the pregame.
Yeah.
Really liked it. I was like, hey, I'm all for a shirtless hoodie.
I know. I was trying to get Harris to do no undershirt. Just go sleeveless,
I'm surprised you had to try to even talk him into that. I figured he would have just done that on his own.
I know it.
Hey, happy belated birthday to old Coach Harris. Absolutely. I think he celebrated his on Saturday, was it?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
All right, Coach. Well, we talked about it. We've talked about defense. We've done a lot of offensive talk, but the defense had two, in my estimation, two particular drives where they did a lot to affect this game.
Mm-hmm.
First quarter, we talked about it earlier. You get stopped on that first fourth down try right at midfield, and you get you had a little bit of Nunley Stadium Pioneer Nation of because DeKalb County comes out first down.
Yeah.
And now they're at the 11-yard line, and it's like, you could see it on the clock. We're barely 2 minutes into the game. DeKalb County's already knocking on the doorstep. You've been stopped on fourth down, and it's everybody's sitting there thinking the nails are starting to get bitten off, and the people are like, oh, man.
Yeah.
We were so excited.
Yeah.
Well, your defense gave you a lot of reason why you should continue to be excited here because they bow up really well on this drive.
That's it. And what we tell our kids, our mantra in those situations is, so what, now what? Some bad things are going to happen in every football game, and it's just ultimately, are we going to buy into doing what we're coached to do even when things aren't going our way? And collectively here, the defense did. That was a great job by preventing them from getting points.
Yeah, I want to point out on this particular first play. Watch this. I don't know. I can't tell which one of your middle linebackers that come in here like a absolute wrecking ball, comes in, blows up, makes the quarterback bounce, gets right back up, and just starts flying back at the ball.
Yeah.
Or no, was that an end that blew up the field immediately? Was that Mitchell?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he beat him with an inside move. He was so quick. Yeah. And then, and then right back on his feet. Let's go clean up this tackle.
Yeah, he beats the guy and then works down the line of scrimmage, which is what we're trying to get our guys to do. And it's very difficult to do because it's easy to just run right by the guy, but you got to influence the play and, what we say, play at the heel line of the offensive line. That was big.
Yep. We knew coming into the game, DeKalb County had a kid at the quarterback that could be a dual threat, and I think that this first showing at the goal line showed y'all were ready for that.
Yeah. He had put some clips on film of him being able to run the ball. He hit Gordonsville, I think, for about an 80-yard run in a scrimmage. So, he was certainly somebody we had to keep our eyes on.
Yep. And then on third down, again, we just talked about his dual threat ability. He can get out there. Now, up here at the top, this is a tremendous job because number one was an absolute player.
Great.
And y'all knew it. And this is one-on-one. Chris has got him. Got to stop him.
Yep.
And
the way I see it, one is a great football player, but there's a great football player covering him too. I just love Chris's grittiness. He knows that he's undersized, but he plays like he's 6'4". I just love the way he competes.
Yeah, he goes up, he cuts it off, makes him have to try to throw it over the top, and then that's as we all know, that is a really hard pass for NFL quarterback going against his body to try to throw that to the back pylon. So you force the incompletion. And now you put them in a situation where they got to make a field goal, and they don't. And all of a sudden, you go from people thinking guaranteed points to nothing, and you're back in the game, and it's still 0-0.
Yeah, and that just boils down to like we say, hey, so what, now what? And even on the good things, we get the ball back. We can't be so drunk with success of a drive that we can't execute when we're on the offensive side of the ball. We talk about being sober-minded a lot, and I think that's one thing that we've got to get better at, for 48 minutes of football, is being sober-minded.
Yep. This was a tough one too because now we're 13-13. We're in the third quarter. Probably about, I think at this point, 4 minutes left. Nobody knew the scoreboard wasn't working there. Yeah. I was trying to yell at the officials to try to get a general idea and relay it up to Jeff Lee in the broadcast booth. But I thought this one is this whole defensive stand right here might have been the best 4 plays I thought your defense put on film because, again, the 6-yard line. The last time I think they got down here, especially with this look, number one walked in on a counter.
Yeah,
and y'all changed it completely down here.
That's kudos to our staff. Kudos to Coach Harris by making corrections and putting us in a position to to prevent those things from happening, and it forced them to call a different play, after them not being able to get it there.
Yeah, I think they go right back to it right here, and then again, y'all swarm to it, get them on the ground, and force second down.
You've got 11 guys in the general frame of that guy, which is what Coach Harris preaches. We got to pursue to the ball.
Yep. Now DeKalb County did end up rushing for about 150 yards. So, but when they needed 2 or 3 yards right here, y'all wouldn't let it happen.
Yeah, and that's one of those deals where probably 80% of that production came on one drive. So we've got to play a full 48 minutes of football. You cannot you can't let one drive. Can't take any plays off.
Yep. So they've went 3 straight plays with kind of that loaded backfield too, and then y'all make a huge TFL right here.
Yeah, it goes back to playing at the heel line. Not just screaming upfield. That was huge. Great job breaking down right there by the free release that got through A gap, and running our feet and making a play and tackling an open field. That's huge.
Well, it says shout that kid out. Is that Curtis? Cannon Curtis make that play 84?
I think
kind of
so.
looks like it from here.
Yeah,
to zoom in, but hey, like you said, it took all 11 to get it done.
Yeah,
out
absolutely.
there, and like you said, now the first fourth down, you get a penalty, so that you actually have to stop this twice.
Yeah,
and on the second time, you and I talked about this a little bit, Coach. You planned in the preseason to play some teams that gave you a couple of looks.
Yeah,
and one of the things that we consistently saw in the preseason, people love their tunnel screens and their bubble screens. Watch how you had to have been proud about how your team played this screen right here.
Yeah, absolutely. And that our coaches can coach. We've got a great staff, and our players are really starting to learn to trust. What we're trying to get them to do. And we have a stunt called here, and it's really, really difficult to be solid on a screen when you're sending pressure. So that was just huge by the guys doing their job of being where they're supposed to be. It's just. I couldn't be more proud of those guys.
Yeah, what's the feeling like as a coach when you see this kind of excitement of kids coming off the field? Where we'll see right here. You get the stop, and these kids are fired up.
And that's why you love football, right? It's just when you see the joy and excitement that they can get from an experience like this. It's just you just can't beat it. Like if I could put it in a bottle and sell it, I would. It just makes you really, really enjoy being around the kids.
Yeah, and then hey, look, man, we're not just going to celebrate this defensive stop. It's still 13-13. We gotta go play some offense.
That's it.
Well, Dylan Aguilar gets you off the goal line really quick.
Yeah. Dylan's, another one that really, he would get a lot of touches as well. He's just our starting outside linebacker. Also, he's got so many reps on the field, and you see him running his feet here and guys getting behind him. That's what we want to do. This is one of our basic plays that we put in the first day of spring practice. And he does a great job hitting the hole.
And then y'all finish on this play too.
That's it.
Good finish all through. Now again, you got dangerous guys on the outside, just get them the ball.
That's it. And this is where we talk about Chris being like water. You get a hard corner down there, and you want to put pressure on the defense by running outside of that hard corner, but not getting too far outside to where you're, the quarterback has no room to throw it. Chris he has mastered this route, and this great ball, great timing by the quarterback.
Yep, 225 yards passing for the game on Brady Swallows, 18 completions. I think the Robledo brothers were both just shy of 100 yards apiece. I don't know what y'all's internal stats got there. I think I had one of them at like 96 and another one at like 87 or something like that.
Yeah.
They both went over to 100 yards total offense
Yep.
when you add in the rushing and then if you want to put in the receiving too. And then you get down here, have a chance, and then put the ball in the hands of Isaiah Robledo, getting multiple ways to get Isaiah the ball.
Yeah, we have to just be super creative because everybody's going to be keying on them, and it's just very, very rarely do you have two similar skill guys like that, and especially rare that they're both brothers. Being related to each other, and it's very, very fun to be creative with those guys.
Quick question on here: is this something that's supposed to be a little bit of a pitch here to take away the fumble potentially?
No,
I know people do that occasionally.
Yeah, some people do that to kind of speed up the process, but and we have some other variations and stuff to where we feel like we have to hand it off. I'm not against the pitch.
just give him an extra catch and turn it rushing into receiving.
That's what a lot of people say, and that's not a good enough reason for me to do that. You know, I see more mishaps on a pitch than I do a handoff. So, you know, but we rep it enough to where we don't feel like it slows us down.
Yep. And then right here at the very end of the third quarter, we've talked about 2 phases of the game. Let's talk about the final phase. Gavin Looper putting you up.
Man, yeah, this is just, it's so exciting to see, you know, it just, and who cares how it goes in, right? You know, it's all worth 3 points. So that just for his confidence, you know, he was a huge factor in the game. You know, we have 2 kickoffs where we get him inside the 10, and then he drills. You know, and I don't think one got to return a single kickoff, if I'm not mistaken. He may have gotten one, but you know, his ability to spot the ball on kickoff, we just couldn't be more excited about the product that Looper's put on the field.
Yep. In fact, I think there was a really where he was able to avoid one-on-one, made them miscommunicate, and the ball bounced all the way in. All right, Coach. Well, hey, let's we can get off the 2 camera, go back to 1 because we're about wrapped up right here. Coach, you got about a minute left. What's the outlook for this week?
Yeah, you know, we hope and pray, you know, for our guys that are banged up, that we can get some results back, get those guys back. Rylan Morrison having surgery today, so you know, our thoughts and prayers are with him. You know, that everything goes smooth. But ultimately, you know, we've got to worry about us. You know, we've got a big JV game against DeKalb today at 6:00 at DeKalb County. Hope everybody can come out and support that. You know, but our goal is to be where our feet are. You know, and worry about us, and each individual has to improve. You know, that starts from the top down with me. So.
Coach, I know y'all put in a lot of work this weekend, going to put in a lot of work today and all the way through. Wish y'all the best of luck against Livingston Academy. Monday is Labor Day next week, so maybe we may try to do this on Tuesday next week.
Yeah, perfect.
So but hey, we're going to try to do this every Monday during the regular season and keep rolling this all the way through November. Thanks for joining us, man.
Appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. Hey, this will be the end of the Eric Ballou Show. I am your host, Jeff Simmons, here on WBMC 97.7 FM. Hope everybody enjoyed that breakdown of the game. We will be back with the Simmons Says show tomorrow, 9 a.m., giving away more Kentucky Kingdom 4-packs. Thanks for everybody who tuned in.